Hi dear students, how are you all? Hope and wish you all are doing good. I am Afrin, your science teacher. Today we will start a new lesson, Materials and Things of class 6. In this chapter, we will discuss about various materials and the things that are made of. In our day-to-day life, we use several things for several activities. These things are made of different materials. For example, pen. The body of pen is made of plastic. Hair clip. The body of hair clip is made of iron. To understand all these things clearly, what materials are and what things are made, what it is made of, we will first see the materials used for making different objects. For example, to understand it, we will take the objects from our house like door, towel, bicycle, knife, mirror, shoe, water bottle, pot. We will see what these objects are made of. For example, the door is made of wood, metal, rubber, etc. Towel is made of wool, cotton. Bicycle is made of iron, steel, plastic, rubber. Knife. Knife is made of wood, iron. Mirror. Mirror is made of glass and wood. Shoe. They are made of leather. Water bottle. Water bottle may be of plastic, iron or glass. Pot. Pot is made of iron, mud and plastic. These are the objects that can be made from different materials, like the door can be made of wood, the door can be made by using a metal, the door can be made by using rubber. Similarly, we can take the example of pot. Pot is an object which might be made of using the different materials. We can make a pot by using the mud. We can make the pot by using plastic. We can make the pot by using iron. Here we saw how objects can be made of different types of material. Means a single material can be made of different materials. Now we will find the objects that can be. Now we can see the materials by which we can make the different objects, like by using a single material how different objects can be made, we will see. For example, metal. By using a metal we can make utensils, pots, etc. Plastic. By using plastic we can make bag, chair, table, bottle, etc. Glass. Glass can be used for making mirrors, doors, windows, etc. Wood. The material wood can be used for making table, chair, bed, etc. Cotton. Cotton is used for making clothes, towels, curtains, blankets, etc. Leather. Shoes, carpets, bags, etc. Ceramics. Cups, plates, bowls, etc. Rock. Idols, statues, etc. Here we saw how a single material can be used for making different objects. We see that the same material can be used to make different objects. Each object is used for special purpose. Like door. Door is used for keeping the place safe. For example, towel. Towel is used for cleaning our body, to make our body dry. Each object is used for a special purpose. So, we need to know the properties of materials as well as properties of objects to decide which material should be used for making an object. Some materials are soft and some materials are hard. Similarly, some are shiny and some are non-shiny. Depending on these properties, materials are used for different purposes. Like for making the doors, for making an door, we use it, we choose the material based on our purpose. Like if we want to hide the things which are present inside, we use wooden door, right? If we want people to see what is there on the other side of the door, we use the glass door, right? So depending on the depending on these properties of the materials, different objects are made. Properties of materials. To understand what the properties of materials, we will begin with a simple example like what type of material can you use to make a window when you don't want someone to see through it, right? If you want someone not to see what is there on the other side of the window, which material will you choose? You choose a material like wood, okay? We won't use the glass. So, based on these, we have classified the materials on this basis. So, let us examine the properties of materials and their uses. We use different materials for different purposes based on their properties. The properties of materials are transparent materials, opaque materials, and translucent materials. We'll see what transparent, opaque, and translucent one after the other. Transparent materials. The materials which allow the light to pass through them are known as transparent materials. This property of materials is known as transparency of materials. For example, the transparent materials are glass, air, water. The transparent materials allow us to see what is present on the other side of the object. Like through the glass, we can see what is there on the other side. For example, if we are using a wood door which is made of glass, we can see what is present on either side of the door. Or if we are using a window for using a glass for making the window, we can easily see what is present on either sides of the window. Opaque materials. The materials which do not allow light to pass through them are known as opaque materials. For example, the opaque materials are wood, paper, steel, cloth, etc. The opaque materials do not allow us to see what is present on the other side of the object. For example, if we use a door which is made of wood, we can't see what is present on the other side of that door. The next is translucent materials. The materials which partially allow the light to pass through them are known as translucent materials. Example, oily paper. The translucent materials partially allow us to see what is present on the other side of the object. Like when we apply oil on the paper and we try to see what is present on the other side of that paper, we see the thing which is present over there, but we can't see what the clearly thing is present over there. So, what are the properties of materials? The properties of materials are they may be transparent, they may be opaque, they may be translucent. Okay, transparent materials means they allow the light to pass through them, which makes the object to which make that material to show what is present on either sides of that. Opaque objects do not allow the light to pass through them, and by which they make that particular material to behave like they don't show what is present on either sides of that. Translucent materials, these are the materials that partially allow the light and partially makes the things visible which is on the other side. The other properties of materials are like the states of the material. The states of material are solids, liquids, and gases. Solids. The materials that have fixed shape are known as solids. For example, wood. Wood have a fixed shape. It does not change. Rock. Rock is a solid. Brick, plastic, etc. means the substances or the materials that have fixed shape are known as solids. Liquids. The materials that do not have fixed shape and take the shape of the container are known as liquids. Means the examples are water, oil, milk, kerosene, etc. There are certain materials that do not have their own shape, like water. Do you think water have their shape? No. Water take the shape of the bottle or vessel into which it is added. Similarly, oil also do not have its own shape. It takes the shape of the container into which it is added, right? The other two examples also behave the same way. So, the property of liquids are they do not have any fixed shape. The next state of material is gases. The materials that do not have fixed shape or volume are known as gases. For example, oxygen, carbon dioxide, etc. There are certain materials that do not have fixed shape, they don't even have the fixed volume. These substances or these materials are known as gases. To understand the states of matter, we will understand it or we will take an easy example that we have discussed in our previous chapters. The relationship between ice, water and water vapor, the three states of water. You would have noticed that when ice is added to a glass of lemon juice, the ice begins to melt and after some time all of it becomes water and the outer surface of the glass becomes wet. What you have noticed here? Here the piece of ice, when it is added to a it is added to a glass of lemon juice, it starts melting and it is getting converted to water. If we heat water in a vessel, we notice that after some time water vapor is produced. If heating is continued, more and more vapors is produced in the form of steam and the quantity of water in the vessel keeps decreasing. What you have seen here? Here on heating, the water is getting converted to water vapors in the form of steam. Some materials change their state from solid to liquid and liquid to gas on being heated and from gas to liquid and liquid to solid on being cooled. We see or we sort materials as solids, liquids and gases based on their properties at normal temperature. The next property is the floating and sinking property of the materials. Some objects float and some others sinks. Float means to be at the surface of the water, and sink means to get dip into the or to go in the into the water. So we will see which materials float on the water and which materials sink into the water. Objects such as pebbles or ball bearings sink in water because they have higher density or denser than water. A piece of cork or wood will float on water because of its lower density and less denser than water. It means that the objects that have the high density or high weight, they sinks down into the water. For example, the pebbles or the stones or the scissor or coin, these are the things that are heavier in weight. So these things will sink into the water, whereas the objects such as a piece of cork or wood or plastic bottle cap, etc., these are the objects that are lighter in weight and they float on the water. So these are the materials that float on the water, and there are some other materials that sink into the water based on their weight. The next property is solubility and insolubility of materials in water. To understand the solubility and insolubility of the materials, we will take some materials like flour, salt, rice, coffee, sugar. Okay, among these we have to find which materials will be soluble in water and which materials are insoluble in water. Soluble substances. The substances that get dissolved in water are known as soluble materials. Means the substances which are getting mixed completely into the water are known as soluble materials. For example, sugar and salt. When we take sugar and add it into the water, and after stirring it for a while, what we observe? We observe that sugar will get completely mixed into the water. Similarly, when we take the salt and add it to a glass of water and stir it for a while, we observe that the salt will get completely dissolved or mixed with the water. Similarly, coffee. Coffee also gets dissolved in water. When we mix coffee with the water, it gets completely mixed with it. Insoluble materials. The materials that does not get dissolved in the water and do not get mixed into the water are known as insoluble materials. The example are rice and flour. Here you can see when we add rice to the water and stir it, it doesn't get mixed into that. Similarly, sand. If we add sand to the water, it does not get mixed with it, right? So these are the substances, if they are not getting dissolved into the water, if they are not getting mixed into the water, those materials are known as insoluble materials. So far we have seen what materials are, what objects are, and we have also seen the properties of materials, like we have discussed about the transparency of the materials, whereas we have also discussed about the opaque materials and translucent materials. We have also discussed the states of matter, states of materials. The states of materials are solids, liquids and gases. Solids are the substances that have fixed shape, whereas liquids and gases are the substances that do not have their fixed shape. We have also discussed the substances that floats and sinks in water. We have seen the substances that have high mass or higher density will sink into the water, and the substances that do not have the higher mass, or the substances that have low mass or low density, will float on the water. We have also seen what soluble and insoluble materials are. Soluble materials are the substances that get dissolved into the water, whereas insoluble materials are the substances that do not get dissolved into the water. To understand, to check your understanding, there I am giving you a few two questions, and you have to do it on yourself. Do the following activity. Write down your observations. What do you conclude? You have to do the activities that I am giving you here in the question, and you have to observe what is happening, and you have to write what you observe there. Okay. The first is mix chalk powder in water. Next, place a piece of candle in water. Next, add some oil drops to beaker of water. After doing this, you have to write what you observe. The next question is, we use so many wooden items in our daily life. Is it good to use wood? What happens by excessive use of it? What is the reason? Is there any alternative for this? We have seen there are so many objects that are made of wood. So you have to find out whether the use of wood is good for us or good for our environment or not, and you have to find what is the reason for it. If we should not, if it means whether we should use it or not. If we should use, then the reason why we should use it. If not, then is there any other alternative of the wood? You have to find and write what you found. I hope you understood this. Thank you.